Okay, students, last time we have seen about position of an object. Position is location of an object relative to another object. And we said the SI unit of position is in meter. And also we said position is a vector quantity, which means it has both magnitude and direction. Today we are going to see distance and displacement. In practice, we know that we can go from one position to another position in different paths. For example, you can go to your school in different paths. These different paths have different lengths. Each path length of your journey along these different paths is different. Therefore, we define distance is the path length of a journey. The path length of a journey. Therefore, we can see from this animation that in order to move from point P to point Q, these five objects move along different paths, which means they have different distance. They move to different distance along different paths. Therefore, distance is a path dependent. Distance is a path dependent. In this case, the path along H is the longest, and the path along F or E is the smallest. Okay. The SI unit of distance is meter, and distance is a scalar quantity already we said, because it has only magnitude, it has no direction. It has no direction. Well, from the path, there is only one possible path between point P and Q that has the smallest length. In our case, the one which is along this path is the smallest. Along this path is the smallest. That path is what we call displacement of the object. Therefore, we define displacement is change in position. Change in position. Displacement has both magnitude and direction, because the direction is specified and the magnitude is already known. And the displacement is a vector quantity, and the SI unit of displacement is meter, just similar to distance. How do we find displacement of an object? To find displacement of an object, we subtract the initial position of the object from final position of the object. Let us see this bird as an example. This bird fly from point A to point B. The initial position is point A, and the final position is point B. This bird. Look at that bird. She move or fly from point A to point B. Point A is the initial position, and point B is the final position of the bird. Therefore, what is the displacement of the bird? As I said, the displacement of the object is initial position, in our case final position I mean, minus initial position. In our case, x final is from where to where? From the origin to the final position of the bird, which is 35 meter. And the initial position of the bird is 10 meter from the origin. Therefore, 35 meter minus 10 meter which is equal to 25 meter, which is positive, which means the bird fly to the right. What is the distance moved by the bird? Distance moved by the bird is, again, it is 25 meter, because distance is the magnitude of displacement. Therefore, the distance is again, it is 25 meter. I mean. 5 meter. Let us come to this example. As shown in figure, 3 students, Chala, Kabada, and Dachasa, moved from point P to point Q along 3 different paths. The Chala from point P to along this path to point Q, and Dachasa along this path, and Kabada along this path. Let us see the animation again. Look at Chala move from point P to Q along this path, and Dachasa along this path, and Kabada along this path. What is then? Let us return back to our question. What is the distance moved by each student? Okay, let us start with Chala. Chala move initially 7.07 meter and then 5 meter. Therefore, Chala's distance moved is 7.07 meter plus 5 meter, which is equal to 12.07 meter. Okay, next Dachasa. Dachasa is easy. It is a straight line path. Therefore, his displacement is his distance is 11.18 meter. And the third one is Kabada. Distance moved by Kabada is again 5 plus 7.07 meter, which is equal to 12.07 meter. Therefore, the 3 paths are different. In fact, the Chala's and Kabada's distance are the same. Okay, the last question is, what is the displacement of each student? Okay, we said displacement is only dependent of position. Displacement which is denoted by SRO is only dependent of positions. That means initial and final. Final position. Therefore, the initial position is P and the final position is Q for each student. Therefore, they do have the same displacement. In other words, the displacement of Chala is the same as the displacement of Dachasa and Kabada. Therefore, the displacement is the shortest. Again, we said the shortest distance is 11.8. 11.18 meter is the displacement of the 3 students. They are the same in displacement, whereas their distance is different, as we have seen here. Okay, Let us come to the last question. An object changes its position from A to B. From A to B initially, and then from B to C. From B to C. From A to B, from B to C, as shown in figure. What is the total distance moved by the object? The object moves, as we said, from A to B, and then from B to C. Therefore, distance is the total path length of a journey, as we have defined it, the path length of a journey. Therefore, distance moved is from A to B, it is 35. From B to C, it is 35 minus 20, which is 15 meter, which is 50 meter. Okay, let us come to the next question. What is the total displacement of the object? Oh, what is the total displacement of the object? Remember, we said that displacement is only dependent of the initial position and final position. This A is initial position, and this is final position. Therefore, what can we do? We subtract the initial position from final position. Therefore, x final minus x initial is the displacement, which is 20 meter minus 0 meter, which is equal to 20 meter. That is the displacement of the object. Okay, let us summarize. What is the relation between distance and displacement? Distance is a scalar quantity and displacement is a vector quantity. The SI unit of distance and displacement are identical, which is meter. Direction of distance has no direction, whereas displacement has direction. Magnitude of distance and displacement, when we take the two magnitudes, the magnitude of displacement is the same as the distance. In other words, both distance and displacement have magnitude. And distance is independent of the path it follows, and distance is dependent of the path it follows. Okay, this is the end of our presentation. Students, don't forget to subscribe this YouTube and share with your colleague or friends. Thank you very much.